This time we'll dive deeper into the Sculpt Mode interface. First, you can adjust the radius value to change the area affected by the brush. The hotkey for this is F. Next, you can modify the strength value to control the intensity of the brush. The hotkey for this is Shift plus F. If you activate the icon next to the radius and strength settings, the brush will detect the pressure of your pen tablet, enabling more nuanced work. The plus and minus icons beside it represent the brush's add and subtract functions. For example, with a Draw Sharp brush, the minus icon is active by default, allowing you to carve grooves into the surface like this. Conversely, activating the plus icon will enable you to raise edges. You can achieve the same result by holding Control while making strokes. By default, it's best to leave these settings as they are and use the Control key to switch functions as needed. In the Brush menu, you can configure various settings related to brushes. These settings can be customized individually for each brush, allowing you to create custom brushes tailored to your preferences. In the Texture menu, you can add textures to your brushes. By applying detailed textures, you can easily create intricate sculpting effects. The Stroke menu lets you adjust brush stroke settings. If you activate Stabilize Stroke, you'll see a trailing line behind your brush, which helps you draw straight lines without distortion. You can fine-tune the stroke using the radius and factor sliders. The fall-off setting determines the shape of the brush tip. For instance, the Draw Sharp brush uses a sharper fall-off, while the Blob brush uses a smoother fall-off. Modifying this setting can add a unique touch to your brush. In the Cursor menu, you can change the color and opacity of the cursor. For example, if you set the color to red, the cursor will appear red as shown. Next, let's look at the mirror settings. When you activate mirror, your sculpting will be mirrored along the selected axis. Pressing the Symmetrize button applies symmetry to your mesh. The direction setting determines which axis the symmetry applies to. For instance, along the x-axis, the positive side is on the right and the negative side is on the left when viewed from the front. If you enable dynamic topology, the mesh will automatically update and generate new geometry as you sculpt. To make this easier to see, turn on wireframe mode. As you can see, the mesh is being generated dynamically, allowing you to sculpt without worrying about mesh stretching. The detail size slider lets you set the resolution. Smaller values result in higher resolution. Using Remesh, you can adjust the resolution according to the voxel size. However, when dynamic topology is enabled, Remesh will not work, so make sure to turn off dynamic topology before using Remesh. Smaller voxel sizes lead to higher resolution. Click the Remesh button to execute the operation. You can press R to visually adjust the voxel size on the screen, and press Ctrl R to apply the remesh. Finally, let's explore lighting options suitable for sculpting. And in the Solid Mode menu, change the lighting setting from Studio to Matte Cap. The lighting will change, providing a display better suited for sculpting. You can also click the thumbnails to switch to different materials. Choose one that fits your preference and enjoy sculpting with your ideal material setup. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button.